Hey friends, it's Lisa. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to go over the curriculum choices for my kindergartner for 2022-2023. She is 5.5, and so I'll go ahead and show you what we've been using. Now to give you guys, thank you baby, she brought me some water. Now to give you guys a little bit of background information, I've already done my curriculum videos for my 9th grader and my 1st grader, so I will leave that up here in the cards and you guys can go ahead and check that out. But at the end of the school year, I do an evaluation of our curriculum. I see what works, what didn't work, and then I purchase the new curriculum for the new year. I purchased that before the end of last year, of our last school year. And then at the end of our school year, the last 2 weeks of school is what I call our trial period, where we test out all of our curriculum that we want to use so that if I need to make any changes or adjustments, I do it then versus doing it right away and getting, struggling getting into a flow. So I did that all last year. And then I start school, I stagger my kids when I start school. So she was the first one, my kindergartner, she was the first one to start school. So I did a week with her by herself so that we could just focus, her and I, on her curriculum. And then I stagger in the next kid and then the next kid, and it works out really well. So what I'm going to show you right now is what is working for us. It's the curriculum that I chose for my kids. It's what's working for us. It is like, this is what we're using moving forward. I've also promised myself that I will not be switching curriculum in the middle of quarters. So our quarters are 8 to 9 weeks, and so in between that time, this is the curriculum we're going to be using for the entire quarter. The only thing that I have given myself permission to do is to drop a curriculum completely, but I can't replace it, and I don't want to do that, so I'm not dropping it. All right, so let's go into like our ELA category, which we are going to start with handwriting. So like my 1st grader, she has 2 different handwritings. She has handwriting without tears, and then she has the Zahner Blosser handwriting. And so we are using both of these. They're both working really well. And so we just do, like 2 pages. So it would technically be 1 page front and back of each of these every day, Monday through Friday. So there is her handwriting. We love handwriting without tears. That is something that she is extremely familiar with. So there is that. Now for her phonics, because she actually is reading now. We started reading at the end of last year, but we're working on reading with confidence, and just simple letters or very simple words is what she's reading. So we use Alpha Phonics. We started using this in January. We're continuing with this. We are going extremely, extremely slow in this. And so it's confidence. That's what we are trying to work on with her. She's very shy and timid, and so we're working on her confidence. Once she gets that down and she feels confident in herself, I have no doubt that she will be reading very, very soon, bigger words than what she already has. To build her confidence, we also do Hooked on Phonics. And Hooked on Phonics is wonderful. If you have never tried it out, it's wonderful for kids. I have found that for her, she does really good with the app. And so I hold the book, I give her my phone or an iPad, and she goes through and she does this on the app. And she is way more confident using the app. And so we just do it. We just allow it to happen. And then at the end, I'll give her the book and I'll have her read the book to make sure that she's actually retaining the information. She is doing really well, so I'm very, very proud of her there. So Hooked on Phonics is where we are. She is at the level 3, which is for the emergent readers. And it comes with the online access as well. And it's an app that I have on my phone, so we can do it, she can work on that at any time, and she actually really enjoys it. So we're working on Hooked on Phonics. If you did not know, check your local library. Generally, it's something that you can check out at the library as well. So that is just something else that I thought that I would share with you guys. Okay, so that is her English language arts. For science and art, we are doing the same thing that we are working on with my 1st grader, which is our North America Birds unit for Gather Round. So I shared that in another video with you guys when I went over what curriculum we were using for our 1st grader. Our gather round unit is working really well for us. I have highly simplified it by selecting the subjects that we're going to use, which means that we are only reading about the animals, we're only reading about the birds, and we are only doing the projects that contain to that are for science and for art. We're not doing anything else in there. There's science as far as like about the like someone who found the bird, or there's things like that. We're not reading any kind of biographies about anyone. We are specifically keeping it simple and talking only about the birds, and then adding on the fun part, which really captures them, like drawing the bird, tracing the bird, coloring the bird, painting the bird. Like, we're reinforcing the bird throughout the next few days of the week by doing something that is hands-on and something that is fun, and that is where we have art. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are really our science and art days, but I will say that we do occasionally color on the other days. Now, this program, this Gather Round program, is set up for a 5-day workload, and that's just not something that I wanted to do. So we're just doing 2 days a week, and we are doing absolutely fine with that. I have even pulled out the sheets that I don't want them to even see in their worksheets, even if it's something for English and language arts that is, has something to do with maybe coloring. We're still not using it. We are specifically sticking to science, the fun parts, the funner parts, right? They're only 5 and 6, so we're only sticking with the fun parts, the parts that I feel are a bit more gentle and are more digestible for them at their age. So that's what we're doing for science as well as for art. For math for her, we are sticking with Saxon Math. It's working out wonderful for her. I did not have Horizons Math. You will see in my first graders that he has Saxon Math and he also has Horizon Math. For Savannah, just Saxon Math. That's it. She's in kindergarten. This is enough. It's more than enough. I don't need to add anything else on. She does really well with it. It's wonderful. We love it. So Saxon Math for the win for her, and she gets homework. So Saxon Math, it gives you a worksheet that you would work on now, and then it also gives you a worksheet that you would work on later on. So like Jace, she also has a folder where we stick her homework assignment in on one side where it says homework, and then the other side says completed or done. And so she's responsible for remembering to do her homework, and then switching over the sheet once she completes it and bringing it back to class the next day. So we're working on just responsibility and just working on her memory of remembering that she has homework. Now, we did remind her, every blue moon we'd say, hey, did you guys do your homework? We have an alarm that goes off for those two, not for Cameron, our freshman, but for those two, we have an alarm that goes off at 6 p.m. And the alarm is a very simple alarm. We set it up on our I don't want yours to go off, but we set it up on there and it goes off, and it's just a reminder to get your homework done. And it's very simple. School has been wonderful. This is actually the final curriculum video for myself. It's been great. I may end up doing another updated curriculum video once Cameron starts school. He has not started school just yet, but once my freshmen start school and we get the ball rolling, I'll let you guys know how things are going. So be on the lookout for those videos. As always, thank you guys so much for being here. Until next time, take care, friends, and have a beautiful day. Bye.